Mr. Johnson had been retired for a year when his wife, Margaret, approached him with a mischievous twinkle in her eye. "You know," she said, "we should take a cruise, just the two of us, somewhere warm and beautiful. We could relax, soak in the ocean breeze, and make wild love like we used to." Mr. Johnson raised an eyebrow, scratched his chin thoughtfully, and after a moment gave a slow nod. "Sounds like a plan." With a spark of excitement, he grabbed his hat and strolled down to the pharmacy. There, he picked up a bottle of seasickness pills, just in case, and a box of condoms. When he got home, Margaret met him at the door, eyes dancing. "I've been thinking," she said. "Why stop at a week? Let's go for a month." Mr. Johnson blinked, then, without a word, turned right back around and marched back to the pharmacy. This time, he placed 12 bottles of seasickness pills and another box of condoms on the counter. The pharmacist raised an eyebrow but said nothing. Feeling properly prepared, Mr. Johnson returned home. But before he could even take off his hat, Margaret spoke again. "You know," she said, "since the kids are grown and there's nothing tying us down, why not cruise around the world?" Mr. Johnson stood frozen for a moment. Then, without a word, turned once more and headed straight back to the pharmacy. When he arrived, he walked to the counter and, with great determination, placed 297 bottles of seasickness pills and a towering stack of condom boxes in front of the pharmacist. This time, the pharmacist couldn't hold back. "Mr. Johnson," he said, leaning in, "I've known you for over 30 years and I don't mean to pry, but if it makes you that sick, why the heck do you keep doing it?" The teacher looked at Johnny thoughtfully and asked, "Johnny, if I gave you a third eye to place anywhere on your body, where would you put it?" Johnny grinned mischievously. "On my middle finger," he said. The teacher frowned, clearly confused. "Why on your big finger, Johnny?" Johnny leaned back with a smirk. "So I can stick that finger in your ass and see what kind of worm is in there that makes you ask me every dumb question." For 3 nights in a row, little Timmy had been waking up to a strange thumping noise coming from his parents' bedroom. Unable to resist his curiosity, he finally tiptoed over and peeked through the slightly open door. What he saw left him completely baffled. The next morning, as his mom cooked breakfast, Timmy couldn't hold in his confusion any longer. "Mommy," he said, setting down his spoon, "every night I hear you and Daddy making noises, and when I look in, you're bouncing on him." His mother froze, nearly dropping the spatula. "Oh, well, sweetie," she stammered. "Daddy has a big tummy, and I bounce on it to help make him thin again." Timmy frowned and shook his head. "That's not gonna work." She forced a nervous smile. "Oh, why not, honey?" Timmy sighed and took a sip of juice. "Because after you leave for work, the lady next door comes and blows him back up." A popular family magazine once sent a journalist to interview Mrs. Thompson, a local woman known for having 8 sons. When he arrived at her lively home, he was greeted by the sounds of laughter and the sight of children running through the yard. After settling in, the journalist pulled out his notepad and asked, "So, Mrs. Thompson, what are your boys' names?" "Kevin," she replied with a warm smile. The journalist blinked. "Okay, and what about that blonde one over there?" "Kevin. And the tall one with freckles?" "Kevin. The little chubby one with the baseball cap?" "Kevin." The journalist leaned forward, clearly puzzled. "Wait, all of them are named Kevin?" "Every single one," she said proudly. "Isn't that terribly confusing?" "Not at all," she replied. "When I shout, 'Kevin, tea's ready,' they all come. 'Kevin, time for bed,' they all go." He chuckled. "Fair enough, but what if you need just one of them?" She grinned. "Oh, that's easy. Then I use their surnames."